KCBS News Time, 8:20. Thanksgiving and the holidays are often centered around food, but tracking calories, which you may have done in the past, I know I have, might not be such a good idea, even if it's a popular one. For more, we're joined on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Dr. Franchell Hamilton, bariatric surgeon, obesity specialist, and author and founder of the NeuroSwitch Weight Loss Clinic. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Hamilton.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So why is tracking calories not a good idea in the long term?
Well, believe it or not, I do a lot of brain-based and neuroscience work, and there's been studies that show tracking calories is a very performative task. And for people who struggle with weight and food and eating disorders, that's almost a constant reminder that they're quote-unquote like not hitting the mark. There's been studies showing that if you track long-term, there's an area in your brain that is actually going to shut off the motivation. So this is why I don't recommend my patients who truly struggle with weight or other eating disorders to track long-term. It's good initially for awareness, but definitely not something that you want to do long-term.
Well, let's start with the short term first. What do you tell them around the holidays, things like Thanksgiving and Christmas, big dinners like that?
Yeah, so honestly, I tell them to just plan ahead. I give them several options. Believe it or not, like turkey's a healthy option, green beans, sweet potatoes. A lot of the traditional items that people have around these times are actually rather healthy items. And so I say, eat your vegetables first, then your protein, and then your starch. But don't hold back. Go ahead and indulge. And if you plan that's going to be your indulge day, then that's fine. Just don't feel guilty about it or shameful afterwards, and then get back on whatever your healthy routine is.
And for the long term, what should we do instead of counting calories?
So usually it's just kind of awareness. I always say don't track your calories, but set like intentions on what you want to do. So if you want to lose weight and form healthier habits, instead of tracking, okay, green beans is 120 calories. This piece of meat is, why don't you just set intentions to eat either more vegetables today or more protein, whatever it is your meal, and just instead of actually tracking the numbers. Believe it or not, like people who count calories, I mean, that's not necessarily ideal for their body anyway. A lot of people set their calories too low. It's really good in the short term to just be aware about what you're eating, but long term, it's just choose to make healthier, just being more conscious about making healthier decisions. Tracking will ultimately lead you down a rabbit hole that you don't want to go and help and demotivate your efforts.
And, of course, eating and portion control and things like that, that's half the battle. You got to get off the couch, too.
Yeah, of course. Always exercise. There's been so many studies showing the benefits of exercise, not just in weight loss, but stuff like Alzheimer's, for example. It helps with depression. It helps with mood disorders. There's so many different things, benefits that exercise helps reverse diabetes. And so there's always that form also. Yes, correct.
Doctor, we have about a little less than a minute left. Since you're a bariatric surgeon as well, at what point can we decide, or is it necessary to take that route?
I would say if you've tried, surgery should be the last option for many people. They need to make sure they've tried several other things, including medication. And I even make my patients do a lot of behavioral changes, which does require a lot of like cognitive behavioral therapy. Surgery definitely should be the last option, but if you tried multiple things before, if you're still about 100 pounds overweight, and if you have several medical problems such as diabetes and hypertension that need to be controlled, then I think definitely that's when surgery should be considered.
Doctor, thank you so much for your tips on this Thanksgiving Day, and enjoy your holiday too.
Thank you so much. You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. That's Dr. Franchell Hamilton, bariatric surgeon, obesity specialist, and author and founder of the NeuroSwitch Weight Loss Clinic. KCBS News Time is 8:24.